What's up, guys? We are back and we are diving into Brian Tracy's Sales Success. We're now on chapter 14, practicing the power of suggestion. Now, chapter 14 is probably my second favorite chapter in the entire book because it gives us some practical ways that we can influence and that we can, not in a negative way persuade, but we can use the power of suggestion to get more sales, and in an easy and repeatable way. So the first thing that I want to stress to you is something that is on down in the book, in the chapter. It says that everything you do in sales, everything you do in the sales conversation either helps or hurts the sale. Everything you do in the sales conversation either helps or hurts the sale. I think that is powerful. It talks about, from the beginning with your first impression on to how you answer the phone, or your sales team, your office staff answer the phone. So everything you do in the sales conversation either helps or hurts. So he begins with this statement, and I believe this statement. I love this statement. It says, people are greatly influenced by the power of suggestive elements in their environment. If you need, more proof or social proof of this, just think about social media and how quick we are to be influenced by our environments. There are certain things that you can do as a sales professional that have strong subconscious and suggestive impact on your customer. So what are those things? The first one is personality. Your personality is important, or your lack thereof. For me, let's take me for instance today. I have a bit of my personality. Actually, I have a lot of my personality in this video right now. Besides my smile, you'll see my bow tie and beard hat. You'll see my real estate smarty pants shirt. And of course, I've got the bow tie and beard computer skin over here, as well as the books that I read. So even in this video, the power of suggestion is being used. And go back and look at all of my videos, and you'll see why and how we implement these things, even when you don't know they're taking place at a subconscious level. And that is all part of the selling process. It's the same thing that mega companies, billion-dollar companies do by product placement, logos, wherever you see in movies, all of that stuff. So personality is important. The first suggestive element is your personality and how you relate to a customer. I believe that we would all agree that not everyone relates to customers, clients, other people the same way. So there are going to be some people who love you. There are going to be some people who would rather not deal with you, but that's okay. It's all about your personality. For instance, I have numerous personalities. If you don't believe me, ask my wife, ask my son, or ask any of the people that I deal with. However, I know and I use my personalities to my advantage. The depth of your belief in the goodness of your product or service and in your company also have a powerful, positive, suggestive influence. So not only your personality, but how much you believe in what you're selling. For instance, I'm in real estate. I am selling myself. Not in a bad way. Don't call the authorities. See, that's my personality coming through again. But I am selling myself. Now, my belief in my product is another important factor when it comes to suggestive influence. Your voice is vital. Now, this is something that I want you to take special note of when it comes to using your voice. And here is a line that I've used and that I've taken and I've implemented into all of my presentations, my conversations, and my daily life. Speaking clearly is a strong suggestive influence. People who speak up and raise their voice on the last words of each sentence have a far greater impact than those whose voices drop. For instance, if I were to talk to you and at the end of this sentence here, if I went down just like I did right there, or if I were to say, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. It has a strong suggestive influence on the person that you're speaking with. How you appear. Now, this is going to be a touchy subject. I know it is right now. Appearance and professionalism and how you look, how you dress. But it's not me. If you don't like it, talk to Brian Tracy or the other professionals who have studied this and the sellers, buyers, customers that are giving the feedback. They say, according to national studies, 95% of the first impression you make will be determined by your clothes. By your clothes. Human beings are intensely visual. Within 4 seconds of seeing you for the first time, experts say that people have made the first conclusion about you. So the first 4 seconds, what are people saying about you in that first 4 seconds? That was about 4 seconds right there. So that should let you know it doesn't take long for people to say, how are they dressed? What clothes are they wearing? Now, I want to be clear when I say this. It is not about wearing expensive clothes. It's about finding a look that works well for you and then embracing that look and doing it. So whether you are getting clothes from, a department store, or if you're getting them from a big box store, or if you're getting something that has been passed down to you, as long as it is clean, kept, and in good repair, that's all that matters. But you want to be intentional about the look and your appearance. Now, this was very, very helpful and exciting for me as an average looking person. So this is what I want you to know. It says, you do not have to be handsome or beautiful. Thank God for myself. Average looking salespeople are more successful than handsome or beautiful salespeople who may cause the prospect to be distracted in some way. So when we talk about appearance and the clothes, if you have issues where you don't believe that you look as good as someone else, the experts are saying it. You can be more successful than the handsome or beautiful salesperson on the outside, on the exterior, because their customers or their prospects may be desired by all of that beauty. So you see it right here. This is, the way that I've become successful. It's not because of my good looks. Thank God. Well, my mom might disagree, but she might be the only one. Dress for success. The rule is that you must dress for success. Even people who are not particularly well dressed or physically fit themselves like to deal with people who are. Even those who aren't well dressed or physically fit, they like to deal with people who are. Successful salespeople are physically fit and well dressed. Now, this could be a sore spot. I'm just relaying the information that the experts and the studies have found. The first impression. We're going back to the first impression. People make their first impression in how many seconds? If you were listening, it is 4. I'm sure you didn't think this one to be an interactive video. So they make their first impression within 4 seconds, but keep listening. And they finalize their impressions of you within 30 seconds. I know you probably find that hard to believe, but let's think about you for a moment. When you opened up and looked at this video, you probably in 4 seconds, you were like, this dude is either has it put together or not. And then within 30 seconds, you knew what you were going to do, whether you were going to keep watching or if you were going to skip to the next video or just unsubscribe, whatever it is. So thank you for hanging in there with me. If you don't make a good impression with your appearance in the first 30 seconds, you will be swimming upstream and find yourself struggling to get the attention and the respect of the customer. This is especially true if you are dealing with successful people. they are usually more critical and judgmental of the people that they deal with. So if you're looking to deal with affluent, successful, high net worth individuals, I know they can dress however they want. That does not give you permission to ever dress for less than success or less than your best. So just keep that in mind. And then you want to put your product in the best light possible. Make sure that you display your product in its very best light. Be sure all of your sales materials are clean, neat, and attractive. And if you are in the business of selling service, or if you're in the service industry, you are your product. So you need to make sure that your product, yourself, is positioned in the best light as possible. In terms of the power of suggestion, everything that the customer sees, hears, or feels has an impact on the customer's final decision to buy your product or service or not. So remember, everything counts. Everything. So that's how you make a stellar first impression. That's how you dress for success. And that's how you practice the power of suggestion. Until next time, don't be average. Be world renowned. Peace.